Calendar does say October the 5th, but the way that sun's shining and the heat, I guess it's really not that hot. It's just at 20 and 70, but the sky is so clear that when you get out in that open sun, it just cooks you right away. Got my, not hot tea now, I got my iced tea out, ice cubes. Mess around with one hand, I'm going to lose my tea. There. Canada jays aren't even bothering me. I think they're back in the shade too. Got out one of my leftover chicken dishes with the dressing and the rice and the chicken in one frozen container, and I was going to have it for supper tonight, but I get out there in the trail trying to get a little bit of work done, trying to pluck a few rocks out. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to have that for lunch. It'll give me the energy to work late. Once it cools off a little bit, get that sun out of the way. I checked a few of the cameras I have around, and I had that one big black bear walk by last week, but there's been nothing moving since. It's going to be here longer. I get a camera up on that trail going north because there's these punch marks in there, and I got an idea there's a young moose up there. But not enough time to make it worthwhile. Checking things out, I got about a week to go, so finally got my freezer down. I could see enough space in there. I did a count, and I'm hoping somebody stops in and has supper with me, because otherwise I'll be putting on weight this last week. Got a chicken to cook, 8 packages of venison, enough for 4 pizzas, 9 brats, 9 cherry pies. So, with a week to go, I'm in good shape. It's fall. This was one of the morning's little projects. It didn't take but a few minutes. This rock was near the surface, so I just dug around it, got the straps hooked on, tied it to that willow stump over there, and pulled it right out. But I got one up around the corner that I'd really like to get, but it looked good from the top, but I kept going deeper and deeper, and I don't know if we can do it or not. As I tried to do these little tasks a dab at a time, I got the brush saw staged over here now, so here I was by the high little throne lookout, and I mowed some of it last week, but out in front I had to cut a bunch of brush down. It was starting to get in the way of my view, and plus I want to kind of keep it open out there as a meadow. I left any cherry trees that are coming up, and a couple of white cedars out there the deer can munch on, and there's a bunch of dogwood out there too that I left. That's good browse, but some of the willow and some of the small birch trees I took out. Like one guy was showing me around how to do this kind of work back here years ago, and he said, yeah, you start leaving a few birch trees, and the next thing you know, you got a birch forest. And so I've always remembered that, because yeah, they do grow up and then start shading out more. So I like the birch trees, but I like have some variety in an open habitat here too. Oh good, it's nice and shaded here now. when I left her here earlier after digging that out. It was right out in the bright sun. It was hot. I'm gonna wait till later. That's how I went back and I had that big lunch. Took a little nap. Now I'm out here to see if my solar powered boulder lifter is up to the challenge of getting this rock out of the ground. It didn't look that bad when I looked at it from the top, but as I dug deeper I realized that it could be a challenge. Like I say, from the top it looked like it'd be a really nice rock for the foundation, but as I dug down it just kept going more and more. So we're up there now, it must be about a 16 or 17 inches, but I'm not sure, math in my head, how many pounds we're building up here or not. Even if I can't get it back to the foundation of the new guest cabin, I'm going to get it over here, and if nothing else, it's going to make a nice trail side seat. I think this is going to take a few different pulls and attachments, but to get it just starting to roll it out of here, I think I'm going to use the good strong chain. I'm lucky on that measurement. Remember now, talking a solar powered outfit here. 12-volt master lock, 2,000 pound winch, hooked up to my solar charged 12-volt car battery. Where that chain slips off, I think I'll get a few straps around there to keep it tied on. I don't think this rock weighs near as much as what it seemed like. Kind of like it's been on a Jenny Craig diet, looking pretty good. In fact, in the way the draw of my motor, I have a sense it's not that big either. Just in time. We'll rehook and finish this job. I don't think I'm going to have any trouble moving this over. If I can get those other bigger ones, this one doesn't have quite the mass of those, even though they look bigger, but this one's narrow shape is really going to help out. It should make a really nice foundation stone. And if I find out I can't do it, well, nice spot for a seat. Not too much left of it anymore, but when I came here in 1986, this cabin you could still walk inside. It had kind of a roof on it. It had some daylight coming through, but it was there. And this is where there were two guys living back in this township in 1950. Felix up at my place, and Jonah lived here. Not sure how many years after that. I know Felix left that year. I'm not sure when Jonah left, but I think some deer hunters picked up his property after that. They had another shack hauled in because the cabin was too far gone. But I'm going to bring the brush saw over here and get some of this cleaned out a little bit. Keep history alive. Well, that'll help out. This big thing I left here, the first one, that's a cherry, so I'm not cutting that one. But over there to the left, further back, there's a willow. I'll get him out of there. The idea is, even this, some of this in here I'm cutting is called maple, and it'll grow back as a nice lush thing for the deer to eat. When it gets up to like 8-9 feet high like that, it's so rough and coarse that it's not much good to them anymore. But on a rotating basis, I try to go through and cut some of it down. It didn't take too long, and just kind of rough that out. Well, we can enjoy going by the old cabin again and see where it's at.
While the full moon is fading, he is patiently waiting till the sun tells him just what to say. Rise and praise him. Winds obey.